Now, hold on a moment. Let's hug right here, because I believe there is something over here. Yes, indeed, another gear bit. Very useful. I do believe that there's something on the left which we need to watch out for. Probably not on a staircase. I'm probably thinking somewhere a little bit ahead. No, there's nothing on the staircase in particular. I'm probably thinking of something else. But if you go over here, a secret area. And another gear bit. We're getting gear bits out the wazoo. At this rate, we should be able to get that upgrade that I want to get. If you go on the right, you'll only find a medikit, so don't bother unless you need to. Besides, there's a couple of them around here, I think, or just one. I think it's just one. Oh, there's another one right there, so I was close enough. I don't think you can get there from this side. I don't think there's anything on that side in particular. Anyway, there's another secret around here, but you also discover the hooded birds who happen to know some magics, so watch out. They can be a threat. Their shots deal 2 hits of damage. These guys also drop a gear bit. I guess it's like a mini boss encounter or something of the sort. Who knows? Go over here. Notice how it's kind of shiny. Oh, what was that? Ah, secrets. Yes, indeed. Ouch. That shit will get you killed in New Game Plus, because New Game Plus is actually super hard mode. That's how it should have been called. And there's your first key, by the way. In NG Plus, you only have 2 hit points to work with. And knowing that a lot of the enemies, if not all of them, actually one-shot you with their attacks, it's kind of annoying. That'll be a thing for later. We don't have the necessary tools to activate that. We do get greeted by something like this. Touch it, it falls out of the way. It's falling blocks. Except not the kind of falling blocks that you would want. They fall out from under you, exposing a pitfall. Try not to stand on the blocks when they disappear, or else you'll take damage. You can find 2 health kits here as well. The music is really picking up now. And now we're getting closer to the place where we need to be. Here's a big buff shaman guy. He will shoot 3 things. Let's call them square balls. Because it's like a fireball, but it's made out of squares. And he has about 5 HP, so about 2 full attacks should do the trick. If you get close enough to him and start attacking him, he will do this. It's like a close range ground pound or something. It's not really a ground pound because it's just a spell. It blows up the ground, but it works the same way, so might as well be a ground pound, really. It's a bit annoying because you have to move out of the way pretty quickly, but it should not be a problem for someone as good as you, right? Unless you really suck, in which case I'm sorry. Here's a warp point. Activate it, you'll also get healed, but now you'll be able to teleport here using the map. Would you stop hitting the door? Silly cat. We need to go up to this thing. This is a pillar. I like to refer to them as pillars of eternity, but they're not exactly that. They are needed to enter the endgame dungeon as well. And here is the first module of this region. As you can see, there's 8 in total, but you only need 3 of them to enter the boss dungeon of the region, and 4 of them to enter the endgame dungeon. So you don't need to find all 8 in all of the regions. Besides, you wouldn't be able to get to all 8 of them, because some of them are actually locked up behind secrets and locked doors. It's kind of difficult to get to them. That's a teleporter pad, and that's an elevator. We're entering our very first dungeon. Every region has a couple of dungeons at least, and they're all interesting to visit because they're full of secrets as well. You might as well get used to it. Secrets is the name of the game here. If you're not exploring, you're not finding anything. Speaking of which, we're coming up to our very first secret right now. It's right here. There's a key. That's 2 keys now. But who would think to go up here actually? Because look, there's crushing blocks. Who would think to go checking the walls around those? That's kind of dangerous. That teleported pad, by the way, leads you back here, so now you know. I believe there's something around here as well. Yes, I saw a prompt for it. Where is it? Here we go. Another teleporter pad, which leads you to this rather secretive area of the dungeon. Quite a few enemies around here, watch out. But like that, you can get yourself stomped pretty easily because, well, they decided that you don't need to get up, so that's good enough. Now, excuse me, I need to do something, so cut. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, watch out. Don't get yourself caught in corners, because most likely you'll get your ass stomped. Sometimes enemies decide to jump off the ledges themselves, which is kinda dumb. I don't really understand why they sometimes do that, but, well, it's their freedom to suicide if they want to. Oh yeah, if you die and you didn't get a checkpoint, you're gonna need to get all of those secrets again. That is a dumb thing. I really dislike that bit. I mean, they should just make a checkpoint, like an autosave, after you pick up the secrets or the gear bits or something, so that you wouldn't have to keep picking them up all the fucking time. But unfortunately the autosave system is not that intelligent, so you have to keep doing it. It's annoying, but I suppose it's a small price to pay, all things considered. Let's try beating this place again. Pretty good. We get our gear bit. And I think that's all we can find here. No secrets to be seen here. I sometimes find it a bit annoying to find your way back through the invisible tiles, because sometimes they don't really want to show the full path when you're walking through them. That's a bit annoying. Also, watch out for these crusher blocks, because sometimes you can get hooked on their corners, and that's just not good at all. We'll get there. Oh, watch out, turrets. You cannot destroy turrets. Turrets can destroy you, on the other hand. Or later on we'll get some upgrades which will allow us to have a bit of an easier time against the turrets. For now, the best thing we can do is just avoid getting hit by them and leave the premises as soon as possible, which we did. I don't think I missed anything there, but if I did, well, fuck it. Ah, here's a big guy. Ouch! Watch out for that jump attack of his, because for some reason you'll stay down for quite a long time once that happens. Gives enough time for pretty much everyone to attack you. Now, people say that you can get up faster if you hold the dash or the attack buttons, but I have not noticed it to work. It doesn't seem to do anything. Unless it was supposed to be like after dying and respawning, but either way I'm still not noticing a difference. So I'm not sure where they're coming from with that. Also watch out, another guy is gonna drop in, and if he drops on you like that, you will most likely die. Oh, come on. Get out of here. And with that we got ourselves 3 gears. Nice. What's not nice is now that we got ourselves out of that ambush spot, all of the crusher blocks have been reactivated. So just watch for their patterns and dash through. It should not be very difficult to get through here, but you can get caught up on the corners like I said, so watch out for that. Oh, look at that, another gear. Gear bit, I mean. And there's a healing kit if you need it, an Estus charge if you will. No secrets behind these walls as far as I'm aware, so don't bother with that shit. What about here? Nope. No secrets here. It's kinda hard to memorize where all of the secrets are at. Some of them are easier to notice than the others though. Like sometimes you can see that the wall texture is slightly cut off, like a slight edge is missing for some reason. That's when you know that there's a secret passage. Just go through. Oh, he jumped off. What an idiot. Here the new players could die, potentially, because there's a lot of enemies to kill. But don't worry, it's not too difficult. And once you get all of them down, your guy will stab the ground for some reason, as to show his masculine dominance, I suppose, and then you're good to go. I do not suppose there's any secrets to be had here. No, I don't think so. Now listen carefully. That sound that the module container makes, you can hear it from quite a distance. It will alert you to its presence. So keep that in mind when looking out for these things. If you hear it, chances are you're pretty close. You just need to look around for secret passages, or just go through the rest of the dungeon. Once you're done with that dungeon, you're back here. If you need to heal, just activate the warp point again. It'll heal you up. But since I got enough gears to get an upgrade, I'm gonna do that right now. This particular upgrade will allow us to dodge most of the attacks of the boss in the Northern region with ease. Some people say that it's not a very useful upgrade, but it really depends on how good you are at using it. And you know what it is, it's the multi-dash. The multi-dash allows you to do multiple dashes. In fact, as much as you can keep the rhythm going, you can do as many dashes as you want. Well, as long as you can keep the rhythm going, I mean. You know what I mean. In fact, there is a challenge in the shop of sprint and dash upgrades, where you can get a gear bit for 100 dashes successfully done in a row. Then there's also one that's like, if you can get 800 dashes in a row, you can get something else. I think maybe a different costume or something like that, or maybe a key. No, not a key, not key. Probably just a costume. I don't quite remember, but it's something that's not necessary for anything. Okay, so you want to get back to that starting area. Well, this is the way to go, but that's not how you approach it. You approach it from this end. You'll find a gear bit. But then you go through here. And then there's all of these stairs. Well, if you got the multi-dash, these stairs won't be a problem. And then you're back here. The way opens up, and you're allowed to go through it once again. We're gonna do that because we never really finished going through this pathway. So we gotta see what's at the end of it. Some of you will already know what's at the end of it, so whatever. But for those who don't, this will definitely be interesting. It'll also be much faster to travel now that I got the multi-dash, because, well, dashing is a very fast way of moving around. It's also a bit dangerous, because if you do more than 3 dashes in a row, you actually start sliding by the time you finish your dash, and that can be quite annoying. I personally wouldn't worry too much about it, because it's usually not that big of an issue. Most of the time it will just get you thrown off ledges. And if you have more than 1 HP, that's not a big problem. However, it is a waste of HP. You really would prefer not to slide in the first place. So we got stopped here. Let's enter, and you'll find a few useful things, like this. This is the monolith room. We can use this thing, but not right now, because we're missing something, and that something is monoliths. As you can see right now on the monolith wall, we can only have 2 monoliths unlocked. There's still a bunch of them left. Since there's 4 in each region, well, we got our work cut out for us. Use that little teleporter and you will be thrown back here where this guy is sitting around for no reason. It'll also open up that wall that was sitting here for no good reason, which is neat. Alright, we got 2 gear bits and 1 gear. In the map view, if you press the left trigger, you'll get the full view of the world, which is nice, very nice. But if you press the right trigger, you'll get this wireframe view, which I really don't understand what it's supposed to mean. It's like, maybe it shows pathways which you're supposed to take to get to certain locations, but as far as I'm aware, it really doesn't do jack and shit to tell you where to go. At least it's not as useful as you would want it to be. So my suggestion would be not to bother wasting your time with the map of the game, because it's not a very good representation of a world which you can abuse. It's there, it helps, but you shouldn't rely on it. Instead, you should just learn your environment. Oh, that's a nice close-up. Yeah, you should just learn your environment and remember which way goes to where, so you don't have to worry about getting lost. I don't know why I did that. Here's a pretty simple secret to find. with a very simple reward. You can kinda see it. There's a bunch of crap sitting in the way on the floor. I can hear another module in the area.